Hello, my nerdlings. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. And today I want to talk about one of my favorite authors who just happens to be like now an auto-buy author, regardless of what she puts out. And that would be Miss Kerri Maniscalco. I know I have talked about this series on this channel before, like why I think you should read it, but that was like forever ago. So we're going to bring it back and we're going to redo it. And then we're going to talk about this one. Okay? So first things first, her debut novel, Stalking Jack the Ripper. This is following Audrey Wadsworth. Audrey is a young woman that wants to be a forensic pathologist just like her uncle. And at this time this is set obviously around the time of Jack the Ripper, women aren't allowed to be doctors. So she sneaks into his lectures and whatnot, and he sneaks her into his lab and everything. And Audrey just wants to do this because she is fascinated by the human body. She enjoys science and all of that stuff. But also, we are introduced to Thomas Cresswell, who is one of her uncle's students and is like the brightest male student he has. So we get a little bit of a rivals to lovers thing going on, but it's more of not a romance. It's more of like a mystery thriller type thing with this series. This is a YA series, by the way. So this is YA. I think between all 4 books, the most you get is them kissing. Oh boy. So this is book 1. Book 2 is Hunting Prince Dracula. This is when Audrey and Thomas actually go to a university and solve some mysteries there. Escaping from Houdini is book 3. This is when Audrey and Thomas are on a ship, think very Titanic-esque ship, to the United States. Actually, this one actually has a description on the back, unlike these other 2. Audrey Rose Wadsworth and her ever-vexing companion Thomas Cresswell set sail on the luxurious RMS... Yeah, I'm not pronouncing that. En route to a murder investigation in America. On board, the ship's 7 nights of carnival entertainment, starring an intriguing young escape artist, proved to be the perfect distraction from the grim task that awaits. But the voyage quickly descends into a horror show when a young woman turns up dead. Oh, yeah, there's more than one that turns up dead. So, we got some serial thing going on. For Audrey Rose, the moonlit carnival with its disturbing acts and bizarre characters becomes a nightmarish backdrop for her search for answers. With clues to the next victim's identity pointing to someone she loves, can Audrey Rose unravel the mystery before the killer's horrifying finale? So that's book 3. And then book 4. This is when Audrey and Thomas are in Chicago for the World Fair, and people come up missing. If you are a history buff, a little bit like me, or if you're a serial killer buff, then you know we're talking about H.H. Holmes at this book. Audrey, Rose, and Thomas begin their investigations only to find themselves facing a serial killer unlike they've countered before. Identifying him is one thing, but capturing him, especially in the infamous murder hotel he built as a confusing and terrifying torture device, is another. I fucking love this book. This is hands down my favorite in the series, like astronomically. So book 4, book 2, well, actually, we'll go top to bottom. Book 1 and book 3. This is the order in which they are best to worst, in my opinion. But I love this freaking series so much that for my 30th birthday, I had a cake designed to say, I think it says like Wadsworth and Cresswell investigations. And then each corner, the four corners of the cake, like represented a book. So like one corner was yellow and black. One corner was blue and black. One corner was red and black. And then the last one was green and black. And there was just like a bunch of roses in the corners because her name's Audrey Rose. Like it fits. So that is Kerri Maniscalco's first series. This was her debut set, her debut novel. From here, she went into this series, The Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Curse, and Kingdom of the Feared. This is book 1. In this, we are following Amelia. Amelia, her sister, ends up dead. Her twin sister's name's Vittoria. They're witches who secretly live among humans, avoiding notice and persecution. One night, Vittoria misses dinner at the family's renowned restaurant in Sicily, and Amelia soon finds the body of her beloved twin, desecrated beyond belief. But what does Amelia do? She uses dark magic to summon one of the princes of hell, Prince Wrath, to help figure out what happened to her sister. So this is book 1. Book 2, again, we're same characters. We're following the same ones. But Amelia is actually in hell with Prince Wrath, trying to solve what the frick is going on with her sister's death and disappearance. And then Kingdom of the Feared is the last book in this trilogy. Again, we are with Amelia and Prince Wrath. But Amelia makes a shocking discovery about her sister. But before she faces the demons of her past, Amelia yearns to claim the seductive Prince Wrath in the flesh. She wants to know him biblically. Okay. This series is also young adult and my least favorite of all of Kerri Maniscalco's writing. Nothing against Kerri Maniscalco in this. I think this should have been new adult or adult, in my opinion. She, I think, was held back by whoever expected her to keep this PG-13. She should have let the reins go, wrote it to the spicy level that it needs to be. Like, I'm not saying all books need spice. I'm saying this series would have been astronomically better if she wasn't holding herself back in the YA age range. Just trust me, okay? And then my 2 favorite Kerri Maniscalco books. Like, it would probably go Throne of the Fallen, Throne of Secrets, and then Capturing the Devil. Like, talking favorites wise. Throne of the Fallen is the first book in Miss Maniscalco's adult fantasy romance series. In this, we are following Prince Wrath's brother, Envy, and a young woman named Camilla Antonius. Prince Wrath, his realm or circle or whatever you want to call it in the underworld has been cursed, and he has to play a game that the Seelie King freaking fandangled to break said curse, right? And while he's playing the game, he meets Miss Antonius and needs Miss Antonius to paint a picture for him as part of the game to get the next, like, to keep progressing in this game. It's very much like this game gives me escape room vibes without being locked in a single place. Like, he has to do this task to get to the next task to get to the next task. And there's just a bunch of puzzles. Okay. This be spicy. Like, wow. Kerri Maniscalco did not hold herself back with this one. Like, I think she was holding herself back in the series before this. She let it go, and it made the story so much better for it. She did phenomenal. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, she took it and ran. This was hands down her best work I have yet to that I have read. I cannot wait to get my hands on more of Miss Maniscalco's work, because this was fucking amazing. I have already bought my cousin and my sister-in-law this book because I need someone to talk to about it. Okay? So this was her first book in the Princes of Sin series. And oh my gosh, I love this book. I just read it in January and I want to reread it already, if that gives you any inclination. And then the last book, her most recent published work, is Throne of Secrets. In this one, we are following Prince Gluttony and Adriana St. Lucent. Yes, Adriana St. Lucent. I've talked about this recently, but she is a gossip column writer in the underworld, and she hates Gluttony, like, with a dark, fiery passion. She loathes this man, because they have a history. We don't know what the history between the two of them is at the beginning of the story, but we eventually find out. But there's also, like, this marriage march, like, competition going on for Gluttony's hand in marriage but he's using that to cover up some stuff that's going on that could impact his circle as well. So it's freaking amazing. Love it. I really hope she does Prince Sloth next, because he's my favorite prince so far. Obviously, the brothers in this series are named after the 7 deadly sins. So, Kerri Maniscalco manages to write these books that are just phenomenal. She makes the characters so relatable that I absolutely love them. Trying to... Can they fit going this way? Because they take up a lot of space going the other way. Yeah, that looks better. She writes characters that are fantastic, and her storylines are captivating. And then on top of it, like, when there is a magic system, it's not a confusing magic system. It's a very digestible magic system. And her prose, her writing style, it's not one where you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what are you trying to say? It's not this lyrical, flowery writing. It's very succinct, if that's the word I want. Very black and white. You know what you're going to get with her, and that's why I love her. So, if you are looking for a new author to binge read, 10 out of 10, highly recommend Kerri Maniscalco astronomically. But like the video if you did. Comment down below what you think of this type of video, if you think I should do more videos where we deep dive authors. Hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more, and until next time, you are loved and you are valid.